The government's plan to provide free exam coaching alongside AI training for millions of youth invites a closer look at the intent behind these policies. To determine if this is a standard social program or a broader economic strategy, we have to examine the specific barriers it aims to remove. Every year, a staggering volume of candidates compete for a fraction of available positions across the railway, SSC, banking, and state PCS sectors. The sheer density of this competition is visible in every major testing cycle. For these aspirants, the financial burden is heavy. Beyond private coaching fees, students must account for the cost of test series, study materials, and the high expense of living in established educational hubs. This creates a significant opportunity gap. A talented student from a small town often begins the race at a disadvantage, simply because they cannot access the same quality of teachers or resources available to those with more financial flexibility. This persistent gap between ambition and affordability has exposed a systemic vulnerability in India's demographics. Addressing it requires an intervention that matches the scale of the youth population itself. On August 15, 2026, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a plan to build that bridge, a government-backed initiative to provide free, high-quality online coaching designed to democratize access to exam preparation. This was paired with a second target. The government plans to train 10 million youth, 1 crore individuals, in artificial intelligence over the coming year. However, we must distinguish the announcement from the implementation. Currently, the official guidelines, specific platform structures, registration dates, and the exact examinations included remain unconfirmed. The intent to level the playing field is clear, but until a detailed blueprint is released, the actual impact on the daily lives of millions of students remains in a profound state of suspense. A target of 10 million youth trained in AI represents an industrial shift across the national workforce, rather than a limited pilot program. Artificial intelligence is becoming the foundational infrastructure in traditional sectors, such as healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, and defense. This shift often brings up concerns regarding job destruction. While the technology automates repetitive tasks, it also expands the demand for a different category of employee. The emerging job market requires workers who can operate these advanced tools and apply human judgment to the data they produce. Future applicants will compete based on their baseline digital fluency. In this context, AI training is a core survival skill for the modern economy. When evaluated together, these two announcements suggest a dual pathway strategy for youth employment. To be clear, this is an economic analysis based on logical necessity and demographic data, rather than a confirmed internal government document. Pathway 1 addresses the traditional aspiration for secure, long-term government positions through free, high-quality coaching. Pathway 2 addresses the mathematical reality. Since it is impossible for every applicant to secure a government job, AI training acts as a skills safety net, preparing the remaining candidates for the private sector and the global digital economy. This digital-first approach specifically empowers Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities by removing geographic location as the ultimate barrier to specialized education. By upgrading the skills of the youth population to meet shifting global demands, the strategy aims to turn a demographic challenge into an economic advantage. Outlining a strategy is the first step, but the true test of this plan relies entirely on ground-level bureaucratic execution. For the coaching initiative, the questions are structural. Will the platform provide the rigorous mock tests, real-time doubt resolution, and competitive-level educators needed to succeed? Or will it default to a static library of video lectures? The AI program faces similar scrutiny. Will students gain access to hands-on practical projects and industry-recognized placements? Or is this primarily a certificate distribution exercise? Unless systemic hurdles like rural internet stability and regional language support are addressed, the impact of this dual pathway strategy will be limited for the students who require it the most. If you are currently preparing for a competitive exam, the most critical step you can take right now is to maintain your current study plan. Do not pause your preparation while waiting for official notifications. In this environment, consistency is your most effective tool. When the free government coaching arrives, it should be integrated into your routine as an additional resource, not treated as the starting line. The government can provide the infrastructure and the resources, but converting that opportunity into a tangible result depends entirely on your own daily discipline. If you want to move past the headlines and understand the deeper strategy and the next steps behind national policies, subscribe to the channel.